Hello everyone, welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. So today we are going to have some questions from past year CMAT of DI. Okay, so we had one more session wherein I discussed some of the questions, and I told you that in CMAT DI questions are quite few in number. Right? You hardly get like at max 4 questions in DI, right? So generally it is like 1, 2 questions. Sometimes it has been 4 questions also, right? It's not like CAT wherein you get a complete DI section or some other examinations where the number of DI questions is significant, right? Even in NMAT, there are 3 DI sets. So CMAT, you do not need to worry about DI, and even if there is DI, it will be SDI, right? It won't be a logic intensive DI. Okay, if your calculation speed is fine, even if it is slow, you have enough time to solve the questions, right? So, good evening, all. Welcome to the class. And to announce that we are going to have this, like we have for other examinations, last lap to CMAT. The last lap to CMAT, the series will start from 14th of March, that is day after tomorrow. And every day at 7 p.m. we will have some session on CMAT preparation. Okay, so DI comes in quant section, right? So you have 20 questions in quant. So in that itself, you will have DI questions. The DI will be, my bet will be maximum 4 questions because historically out of 25 also maximum 4. So you can expect like 2 to 4 questions, the quant section. Right? LR is pure reasoning. It does not ask DI. Some exams have LR and DI together, but this is an examination wherein you have DI separate. Yes, Harsh, you can ask whatever query you have. So we are going to start this series from 14th of March. So please do subscribe to our channel and watch this series every day to have some revision for CMAT. All right, so this is a set from CMAT 2020. It was a 4 question table. So this table shows information about the number of boys and girls in hundreds. These are the numbers in hundreds in 6 different years in 5 different schools. So there are 5 schools A, B, C, D, E. The years are 2014 to 2019. Okay, and then we have the number of boys and girls in them. Okay, so these numbers are in hundreds. That is given. Basic calculation based questions had. So here's the first question. What is the approximate percentage decrease in the number of boys in school D in 2017 as compared to previous year? So you will have questions based on, like, even if DI comes in the examination, you will have questions related to percentages, will have related questions related to ratios or some other calculations. Okay, maybe like some of these or all those things, but you will not have questions like logical DI. Okay. Distance graduation, I think these institutes require you to have a full-time graduation. So if you're a full-time graduate, then you can apply for these. So let us solve this question, that what is the approximate percentage decrease in the number of boys in school D in 2017 as compared to previous. What will be that percentage change? So what is percentage change? Percentage change, whether it is increase or decrease, percentage change is change upon initial value into 100. It is asking the percentage decrease in number of boys in D in 2017. So D in 2017, this is D boys 2017, that is 5.3, and here it was 6.4, right? So what is the change? The change is 1.1. Okay, and what is initially it was 6.4, right? So we will compare with respect to 6.1.1 by 6.4 into 100. Okay, so no need to divide by 64. So one must know that this is roughly 1 upon 6. What is 11 by 66 is 1 upon 6, right? So this is roughly 1 by 6. Roughly 1 by 6 means roughly 16.67%, right? So, or you can say roughly 17. It is question itself is saying approximation, right? Why do you want to calculate the exact value? So such a simple question, far apart options, and you get the answer. So in CMAT, you just need to have conceptual clarity. They do not test your speed or something. If your concepts are clear, do not divide by 5.3. Otherwise, then also you would get an answer which is not among the options. Okay? So quite an easy question. The number of girls in B in 2018 is approximately what percent of the total number of students in E in 2015? We talk about CMAT examination, most of the questions are going to be easy. There will be only few questions that could be tricky in all sections, right? So maybe one or two quant questions may be difficult, the rest will be. DI to especially they have had always easy DI, never ever they had some any difficult question. It says number of girls in B in 2018. Girls in B in 2018, that is 5.9, is what percentage? 5.9 is approximately what percentage of the total number of students in E in 2015? 2015 E, that is 9.1, right? So it is asking 59 upon 91, what is the percentage? Okay. Now you do not have to know the table of 91. 9 into 6 is 54, right? Now this is 91. 91 into 6 will be 546. So it is greater than 60%. It should be greater than 60%. Other options, if you see, these are less than 60. Only one option fits it. So the answer is 65%. So that is the level of questions, right? So no need to fear CMAT. What I would recommend is focus on general awareness, because that is going to be the game changer there. Okay, otherwise quant DI everyone can do, right? If you have practiced for, like, if you have zero preparation, then I can understand that, okay, that is something that you will have to work upon. But if you have prepared for others examinations, then it won't be any difficult task, right? Everyone gets good marks in this section. Verbal, you will have to know those synonyms, antonyms, those kind of questions if you are okay with. But quant and LR are quite simple. What is the average number of girls in school A in all the years taken together? Girls in school A in all years taken together. To find the average. I mean, in the examination hall, you have enough time. You can add these, then divide by 6, because there will be many questions which you can do within few seconds. So imagine 100 questions, 180 minutes, way too much time. And if the people finish the paper within like 2 hours, what is the average? Okay, so one thing is, I mean, you add these and divide by 6. That of course everyone knows, right? The better way to do is right deviation thing. Okay, so let us take some central numbers. 600. I don't think 600 will be the average because these values are greater than 600. This is much higher than 600. 800 could be a possibility. So let us try with 800. So let us assume that 800. Now this is 360, right? So let us take two-digit number. So let's say these numbers are 36, 42, 59, 96, 129, and 140. So let us assume that average is, so this is 80 minus 44, 80 minus 38, 80 minus 11, 80 plus 60, 80 plus 49, 80 plus 60. So this will take care of 49. This will get cancelled. Okay, this will be 20 more. So 80. This is the average plus 36 by, that is 36 is the average, or 800, and that is the, or you can simply add also, divide by 6 also. That can also be done, right? Simple. Fine. What is the ratio of the number of boys in school C to the number of girls in school A in 2018? Yes, I will give the examination. I appear in all the examinations. Number of boys in school C to the number of girls in school A in 2018. Right. So this is even simpler. You do not have to do any calculations. Just ratio. So boys in C boys and 2018. So 87. So there is something 87. So I can say that this is going to be 29 ratio something. I can reject these two because 87 is a multiple of 29. And number of girls in A in 2000. So that is 129. Okay, that is 43. To divide by 3, that is going to be 43. 29 ratio 43. Such a simple question. Okay, straight you have to see the values and then just calculate it. So we saw that out of 4 questions, only in one you had to do some calculations, right? You had to add and divide by 6. Rest of the 3 questions were super simple. So this set overall will not take more than 5 minutes in the examination. All right, so this was a question from CMAT 2021 last year. So there is a pie chart which shows the monthly domestic budget of a family, and these are the different parameters. These are the food, conveyance, clothing, house rent, miscellaneous expenses, and F is saving. What is the answer to this? See, it's again very simple, right? It says that that saving is 4500. So F is saving, right? We do not know we do not know the percentage, right? So subtract from 100. So what do we get? This is 20 plus 18, 30, 50, 70, 85. The F will be 15%. 15% is given to us as 4500. Right? So 1% will be 300. Right? So the answer will be 30,000. A simple question. Okay. All right. So this was again a question from 2021. So it says that in the year 2020, production of sugar in million tons by six major production units A to F of India are shown in the table given below. Okay, the question is what was the approximate percentage decrease in sugar production of unit B in June as compared to April? Yeah, so there will be different teachers, they will be taking classes, right? So we are starting this series from 14th of March till CMAT. The dates are also out, right? By the way, the ones who do not know, the dates were announced yesterday. The examination on 9th of April. So what is the approximate percentage decrease in sugar production of unit B in June as compared to April? So unit B in June as compared to April, right? So the decrease is 20 and we always compare with respect to the initial value. So 20 upon 180. Okay. So that is 1 by 9, right? 1 by 9 is 11%. So the answer is 11%. Yes, CMAT is on 9th April, right? 9th April, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Don't you read the notifications and all? Saturday. Okay. So that is the timing of CMAT. So this is how you get questions, right? You can see that very simple questions. You should know how to do percentages. You should know how to take ratios. You should know how to do averages. That's it, right? No such logic involved. Like in CAT, you have logic-based DI. Even in IFT also, they have very heavy calculation intensity. Here, not big calculations, simple calculations. Just read carefully, and you have enough time. You cannot go wrong in this. And other quant topics also, if you have covered all topics, you can solve all questions in quant also. Okay. All right. So let us practice uh, for this. It says the following stacked bar grows shows the cumulative sales of automobiles for the leading players of India during the period 2000 to 2004. Okay, so that is the graph showing the sales of these five uh, companies. Okay, and this is a cumulative graph. So that is 5750. If this is 8650, so this value will be 8650 minus 5750. So this will be 2900. This is 121, so 3500. So this way you find the difference, you get the values for one particular thing, right? And maybe the lines are not clear. So this is first one is Hyundai, second one is Honda, the gray one, then Toyota with the vertical lines, then Maruti, and last is GM. Okay. So the first question is the highest sales in a single year were observed for which company? Which section first solve? See, it is up to you, whichever section you are comfortable with, right? There is nothing like you will feel that there is shortage of time. Like for in other exam, like you have shortage of time. So you should try to solve questions like in Snap, right? Snap, you have 60 minutes, 60 questions. So you should do verbal first because verbal will hardly take any time, right? And here you have enough time. Whichever section you want to start with, you can start. Okay, even 2 hours are enough to attempt the questions. So three sections out of 60 questions, many students will get 55 questions, right? Around 50 to 55. So the differentiator will be your GK and INE score. So it is asking that highest sales in a single year, right? So you do not have to count the sales. So if it says that the highest is for which, you do not have to count, you just have to see which is the largest box out of this. So if you observe, then this will be the largest box. Okay, if you just observe it, you do not have to calculate. It is not asking that what is the highest sales. It is asking which of these had the highest sales. So this box is the biggest. That is for Maruti. So the answer is Maruti. No need to calculate the value. Unless they ask you to calculate, you should not be calculating things. The sale for which company increased each year from 2001 to 2004 relative to previous years during the given period. So which company sales increased every year? So if we see this, right, Hyundai, the sales is decreasing in 2001 itself, right? In 2001 it is decreasing, so Hyundai is not the answer. Honda, if you see, this is the this, so it looks increasing, right? Let us find the values for these 2 years in order to be sure that whether it is increasing or not. Let us find the values. So 8650 minus 5750, right? So that is 2900, and here it is 7760 minus 4800. So that is 2960. So it is increasing. So the answer is Honda. Okay. So just to assure, we check the values. Now no need to check for this. But let us see that Toyota is it decreasing. So if you see this square looks, this box looks smaller than this, right? So it must have decreased in value. Okay. And GM, this is increasing. This is increasing. I think this has decreased, right? You can check for the values, but not needed. See, this was 177 to 196. Now it is 178 to, it should be higher than 196. It is less than 196. Okay, so you can just observe the graph and answer it. So the answer is Honda. The total sales for GM during the period as a percentage of total sales for all five companies taken together during the entire period were. You have to find the total sales of GM as a percentage of total sales for all the five companies during the given period. Now, how to do this kind of question, right? One thing is, of course, this is not an examination, this is just a practice question. Now, in order to approach these questions, do not calculate the actual values. What we will do, we will use the round off thing to calculate the answer. Okay, and we will see that our answer will be right. So GM, we have to find for GM, that is the last one, the topmost one. We have to find GM is how much percentage of total value. Okay. Now, first let us find the total. So total, let us, as I said that we will round off to hundreds. So let us consider this as 196. Let us consider it as 195. We are rounding off. This is 181. Here we increased, here we decreased. This is 225 and this is 240. So just add this. This will give us 420, 601, 797 and 42. 109 you will get as the total. Okay. So slightly time consuming thing, but yes, we can add and get 1039. Now we have to find GM, okay, and find out what is the percentage. So GM we can say that 77 to 96, 19, right? 78 to 94, 18. This is 20. This is 22. This is 24. So let us take 23. Okay, because we're rounding off. Somewhere we rounded off, so we have to. No, this is not 16. Sorry. Okay, this will be 16. So 35 plus 20, 55, 77, 100. 100 by 1039. Okay, so less than 10% should be your answer. Should be less than 10%. Right, now this is way too less. It will be somewhere around 9 point something, right? 9 point, because 9% will be 90 3.6, right? Something like that. So greater than 9%, less than 10%. So 9.67 will be your answer. 7% looks very less. 7% will be what? Something in 70s. So 100 upon 1039 is approximately this. So that will be the answer. No need to calculate exact value. Right? Do not worry that you have to calculate the exact value, because if you calculate this, adding these 5-digit numbers will take more time. Right? We can add these 3-digit numbers easily as compared to these 5-digit numbers. And similarly, we round off this for the answer. Okay. So then it would have been slightly plus minus, right? But not much difference. We could have got 101, we could have got 99 also, depending on how we round off the numbers. But still, we will get it less than 10%. By nearly what percentage were the average annual sales of Maruti over the given period more than the sales of Toyota in 2002? So again, do the same thing that we did in the previous question. Do by round off. This is a slightly difficult. Now people will find this a struggling question, and they will say that it's a difficult question because a lot of calculation involved. I agree, but you can round off the values and get the answer. So try to round off the figures and then get the answer to this. Now I'll tell you a better way to answer such a question instead of doing calculations. So this round off will become 56, 178, 119. Okay, 59, 161, 109, 203. Okay, so let us take it 62 because we rounded off extra here, right? One of the places. We'll drop it down, and this is 69. We will have to find this average, and it is saying that it is what percentage more than the sales of Toyota in 2002. Toyota is the vertical line one, the third one. So it is talking about this value. This value is 109 minus 84, 2500. You can just take 25 also for simple calculation. It is how much, the average is how much percent more than the sale of Toyota in 2002. Again, we will not calculate the average, right? I'll tell you how to do this is just go by options. Okay, so the sale is 25, right? It is saying what percentage more. So if it is 60% more, it will become 160%. This will be 225%. This is 175%, and this is 240%. Okay, of 2500, right? So if you see this, if you take 200%, then you will get 5000, right? Or here if you have written 50, right? So 200%, it cannot be less than 200%, right? That means 75% more means that it is 200% of it. Okay, now one is 225, one is 220, 240, right? So 240% of what? 240 into 2. See, whenever you have to multiply by 25, right, just divide by 4, that is 60. So is the average close to 60? No need to calculate average, right? Is the average close to 60? Yes, I can say that this is 2 more, this is 9 more, okay, this is 8 less, this is 1 less, this is 4 less. Okay, so it is very very close to 60, approximately 60 average, right? So the answer will be 140%. Are you getting 225%? I mean 125%. If you say 125, 550 plus 12.5, 5.5. Is it coming 56.25, close to 56.25, or is it close to 60? It's closer to 60, right? If you calculate the average, like if you actually calculate it, you get 115, 167, 167 plus 131, 298. 98 by 5 is 59.6. It is closer to 60. So pick this as the answer. Why do you pick 225%? Okay. So again, simple thing. The thing is, I mean, you must know these things, that how to round off numbers. Okay, so this helps a lot in saving time. Okay, so that was the class for today. And if you are preparing for CAT 2022, and you can enroll with us in our courses. I hope you found this class useful. I mean, just to show you the type of questions that are asked, and we did a practice set. So as I said that in CMAT, I won't say that it is not important, but yes, please make sure that you cover GK and I&E very well. Right? These are the two things that you need to cover well, because quant ho jayega, right? If your concepts are clear, if you know the basics of each and every topic, you know the basics of permutation combination, you know the basics of probability, geometry, everything, you will be able to do that. They do not ask very advanced questions. So for GK and I and E, you have to focus a lot, right? And then in quant, I would say that revise the formulae, right? Even if you just revise formulae and concepts, that is enough. No need to practice a lot of questions. Okay, because if you think कि concepts मतलब questions करके speed बन जाएगी, not needed. You have enough time, right? In reasoning also, just go through different type of topics. Okay, and English also, grammar and vocab. I mean, uh, registered in CMAT but not able to fill the application. How is it possible? Right? I mean, if you are able to, if you have registered, you should be able to fill it, right? Once you log in again, please check that if your login details are correct. Okay, or you can call those people. They must have a helpline number. Call them and tell that you are unable to register for it. Okay, so 17 March is the last day to register for the examination, and 9th of April is the day of examination. Right, so I mean, keep your preparation up for the exam. Right, you just have less than a month left for the examination. So all the best with your preparation. So thanks for watching this video. Have a great day. Goodbye.